Let's learn how to join motifs together. Take a look at the finished product. Arrange two different motifs alternately. We'll use the join as you go technique. Start joining from left to right, bottom to top. With this method, you won't need to cut the yarn during the process. Now, please let me demonstrate the specific joining method. First, join the first row of motifs. Take out any motif to begin with. The swatch uses the same motif. It has fewer rounds and stitches, mainly for demonstrating the technique. When actually crocheting, you can first arrange all the motifs to your preference. Then, starting from the bottom left corner, follow the joining diagram. Begin the joining process before crocheting. We define a chain of 5 stitches as a corner, and those double crochets with 2 chains as a side. Next, take out the yarn. In the sample, for better visibility, a different color yarn is used for demonstration. Locate the corner of the motif. Join the yarn in the chain space. Form a slip knot. Insert the hook into the chain space. Draw the yarn through. Adjust the loop size. And the join is complete. Now, let's start the join as you go process. Work 1 single crochet into the chain space. This is the first stitch for joining. Then, chain 3 as a bridge. Skip 2 stitches. Work a single crochet in the next stitch. Follow with another chain of 3. Skip 2 more stitches. Work a single crochet again. Continue in this manner. Note that the swatch has fewer stitches. Always refer to the actual piece you're working on. After completing the consecutive double crochets, there will be 1 stitch left on the left side. Then, in the chain spaces, work corresponding single crochets. Always chain 3 on both sides of the single crochet. Be aware that the sample has fewer chain spaces. This mainly demonstrates the technique. Once you've worked through the chain spaces, skip 1 stitch on the left side. Continue with the pattern of working single crochet with 2 stitches interval. Keep crocheting downwards, symmetrically to the right side. Once you've finished the side, there will be 2 stitches left on the left side, and that completes the side section. Now, we move to the corner position. Work a single crochet in the chain space. Chain 3. Work another single crochet. Check your work after completing this. Joining happens along the sides and at the corner points. Crochet corresponding single crochets. On both sides of the single crochets, use 3 chains as a transition. For the double crochet sections, leave 2 stitches between each single crochets. In the chain spaces, simply work into the chain space directly. Between the chain spaces and the double crochets, always skip 1 stitch. At the corners, work 2 single crochets. Continue in this manner. Crochet all the way to the end of the third side. The third edge is complete on this swatch. Next, we approach the next corner. It's time to join the motifs there, after chaining 3 for the transition. Make 1 single crochet into the corner's chain space and 3 chains. Take out another motif. Place both motifs with their wrong sides facing each other. On this motif, match the corners. That means into the chain space of the corner. Working 1 single crochet. You've joined at the corner. Now, start joining along the sides. Attach at the chain space. First, work a chain stitch. Then, for the second chain, instead, we'll use a single crochet. Pick up the previous motif. Make sure the right side is facing up. Locate this side. Find the corresponding chain space. Make an angle crochet into that chain space. Be mindful when you crochet to pick up the chain from underneath. Now, work another chain. That completes our transition chain. And we've joined once. Next, follow the pattern. Crochet this side. When doing so, replace the middle chain of the 3 transition chains with a single crochet to attach to the previous motif. Let me demonstrate again. Start by working a single crochet on this side. Make sure to skip 2 stitches. Then, work a chain stitch. After completing, locate the next chain space from the previous motif. Attach by working a single crochet into that chain space. Once done, continue with another chain. That completes another transition chain section. And we've joined once more. The joining pattern here is that when crochet along this side, Replace the middle chain of the 3 transition chains with a single crochet, attaching to the previous motif simultaneously. Follow this pattern now, all along this side of the motif. When you reach the corner of the motif, stick to the rule. Join once at the corner. Work your way through. Once finished, that corner will be properly attached. Continue following the pattern for sides and corners. Crochet the third side of this motif. Now, 3 sides of the second motif are complete. We're at the top right corner. Let's join another motif here. I'll demonstrate using a small sample. The focus is on the technique. Start by joining at the corner. That means working a single crochet first. Then, chain 3 stitches. Take out the next motif. Make sure the right side is facing up. Work on the corresponding corner. Make a single crochet there. Once done, continue joining this side as you go. Pay attention to the transition chains. Skip the corresponding stitches before making a single crochet. When you reach the corner again, keep following the pattern. Join once more at the corner. Complete the corner. Then, keep following the pattern of sides and corners. Crochet the third side of this motif. Look! We've now joined and crocheted the third motif. follow the arranged sequence. Proceed to attach the remaining motifs in this row. The joining method for these remaining motifs is the same as for the second and third ones. It's quite a simple technique. Just refer to the previous demonstration. Now, we need to join this row of motifs from right to left. Start by working a corner and one side. Once done, you'll reach the point where two motifs meet at their corners. At the right side motif's corner, work one single crochet, then chain one. Continue at the chain where the two motifs join, which is the braids of these three chains. Work one single crochet, then chain one again. This completes the join at the bottom position. You've attached them once. The right side motif is now complete. Move on to the left side motif's corner space and make one single crochet. This completes the corner. Now, continue crocheting along one side of the motif. Once that's done, proceed to complete the corner joins. Start by working one single crochet at the right corner. Then, chain one. Next, in the chain space beneath, work one single crochet, chain one again. After that, at the left corner, work one single crochet. This fills in both corner positions. Keep going until you finish the entire side. Check it out after you're done. Both motifs on the right now have completed edgings. The one on the left has not been finished yet, since we are going to join the second row of motifs. Take out another motif. Make sure to use a different motif from the first one of the previous row. We'll start joining the second row. Here the joining technique is the same as connecting the second and third motifs in the first row. Start by joining at the corner. Then, along the sides. Be mindful when joining, make sure you join to the top side of the first row. Avoid attaching in the wrong spot. With this, you're done with the side. Now, you reach the corner? Work one single crochet there, followed by a chain. Let's take a look at the corresponding corner in the first row. There is a single crochet, on this single crochet, work a single crochet to join. Just like before, insert the hook from below. Pick up the stitch of the single crochet. Work a single crochet. After completing, chain 1. And now it's joined to the corner of the first row. Continue finishing this corner. Then work on another side. This side is now completed. Proceed using the same joining method. Attach the next motif, joining one corner and one side. Once done, you'll reach the intersection of 3 motifs. Here, join at the single crochet at the corner of the left motif. Chain 1 to start. Next, insert the hook into the single crochet. Work one single crochet. After completing, chain 1. The corner is now joined neatly. Finish the rest of this corner. Then, continue joining as you go along another side and corner. Be mindful of the corner. It connects onto this single crochet. Make sure to join here. Once done, refer to the pattern chart. Continue joining all the motifs in this row. After the joining is complete, work from right to left along this row of motifs. And fill in the top side. You can follow the method used for the first row. Make the joining. The technique is quite straightforward. Complete the crocheting as shown in the pattern. Look here. We've now crocheted the top side of the leftmost motif on the second row. From here on, for each subsequent row, you'll follow the joining method used in the second row. Simply repeat this process upwards. It's a straightforward method. Just complete it as instructed. For the exact number of rows and motifs, please refer to the finished product. You can also adjust as needed. When you reach the last row, after completing the top side of the leftmost motif, then, you'll need to fill in the left side. The technique was demonstrated earlier. Just follow the pattern. Finish by making a slip stitch into the first single crochet at the beginning. Tighten it up. Leave a tail about 5 centimeters long before cutting the yarn. Tuck in all the yarn ends along the texture on the wrong side. Finish it like this. That concludes our tutorial on joining the motifs. Now, let's move on to edging. Take a look at the finished product. The edging is worked around the sides of the joined motifs. It's done in rounds. The new stitch technique in use is the DC3 bobble. Let me demonstrate the specific crochet technique. We start with the first round. I'll use a small sample to demonstrate. Since we have fewer motifs, the focus here is on demonstrating the technique. First, locate a corner on the completed fabric piece. Join the yarn in this chain space. Then, make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Count this as 1 double crochet. Next, work 2 double crochets in the same chain space. Weave in the yarn tails as you work. Chain 3 as a transition. Work 3 more double crochets in the same chain space. We consider the stitches worked in the chain space as one corner of this round. Now, working along the side. Make 3 double crochets in the next chain space on the left side. Then, in the adjacent chain space, make 2 double crochets. We'll treat these 3 and 2 double crochets as one group. Continue on the left side. Repeating this group 3 times accordingly. Since our swatch has fewer stitches, we only need to work one more group here. In actual fact, you'll need to refer to the pattern to work the corresponding number of groups. Once done, check the pattern again, and on the left side, in each of the next 6 chain spaces, work 2 double crochets. In the swatch, we only work across 2 chain spaces for demonstration. Then, in the next chain spaces on the left, follow the pattern alternating between 2 and 3 double crochets. Continue crocheting. Work 4 groups in total. When finished, you'll have completed the side of this motif. Consider the double crochets after the corner as one group. Count your stitches to verify. Moving downward, at the chain space of the motif's corner, the joining single crochet, and the chain space of the left corner. Work 1 double crochet into each. For this single crochet, simply insert the hook and work the double crochet. Treat these 3 double crochets as the stitches corresponding to the joining corner. Next, we keep crocheting to join the motifs, alternating between sides and corners, all the way along this entire side. Now, we're at the corner on this side. In the chain space of this corner, work a corner group. That's 3 double crochets. Followed by 3 chains. And then 3 more double crochets. This round consists of repeating these sides and corners. Be careful not to miscount the number of double crochets along the side of each motif. Continue in this manner to complete the round. Finish by slip stitching into the beginning chain. And that completes the first round. Move on to round 2. First, in the left stitches and the chain space, work 3 slip stitches accordingly. The yarn is now carried to this chain space. Then, make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Follow with 2 double crochets. Three chains. And then 3 more double crochets in the same chain space. Afterward, chain 2 for the transition. Skip 2 stitches on the left side. Work 1 double crochet. Then chain 2 again for the transition. Skip another 2 stitches below. Correspondingly, make 3 double crochets. Again, chain 2 to transition. Skip 2 stitches below. Work 1 double crochet. We'll consider these 4 double crochets and 4 chains as one lace group. You can see, this group takes up 8 stitches. Below, simply repeat this lace group. Keep going along this side until you have 1 to 2 lace groups left. Now, the swatch has been worked to the corresponding spot, about 2 lace groups left unworked at the end. Since the number of motifs attached varies, the exact number of double crochets along a side also differs. Consequently, the number of lace groups may change. For convenience in the following steps, you need to adjust the number of stitches between each lace group accordingly. Make sure there are 2 or 3 stitches left at the end. With fewer stitches in this swatch, leave 2 stitches here. Work a complete lace group in the middle. There are 17 stitches remaining in this swatch. Subtracting the 2 stitches left unworked at the end. Work 2 lace groups on this 15 stitches. In this spot, one less stitch was skipped. When working on the last two groups, adapt to your own situation. Adjust the number of stitches between the groups to position them correctly. Be mindful to maintain the fabric's flatness while doing so. And that completes the lace group on this side. Now we're at the corner from the previous round. Start with 2 chains. Then into the chain space. Work a corner group. After finishing, add 2 more chains as a transition. Skip 2 stitches below. Work 1 double crochet. That corner is now crocheted properly. For this round, along the side, crochet the corresponding lace group. Adjust the number of skipped stitches in the last 1 to 2 lace groups. Everywhere else, follow this method as normal. Refer to the pattern and continue crocheting this round until complete. Please note, adjust the stitch in the last 2 lace groups along inside. If you encounter the beginning chain, simply insert your hook into the slip stitch and work. Then, make 2 chains as a transition. Finish with a slip stitch into the beginning chain. That concludes the instructions for round 2. Now, move on to round 3. Start by making 1 slip stitch into the next stitch on the left for a transition. Then, chain 3 as your beginning chain. Work another 3 chains. In the top chain of the beginning chain. Work a DC3 bobble stitch. First, pick up the top loop of the chain. Work 3 incomplete double crochets. One, 2, 3. Yarn over and draw through all loops. The DC3 bobble stitch is now complete. For easier explanation, let's refer to it simply as a bobble stitch from now on. Consider a combination of 3 chain stitches and 1 bobble stitch as 1 bubble. Then, in the chain space from the previous round's corner, work 1 double crochet. Next, make a bobble. Start by making 3 chains as a beginning chain. Work a DC3 bobble stitch in the double crochet below. First, make 3 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over and draw through all loops. The bobble stitch is now complete, and the bubble is finished. Continue by working 1 double crochet in the chain space. 1 bubble. 1 double crochet. Another bobble. Then in the second stitch from the left, work 1 double crochet. 1 more bubble. After completing the bubble, skip the chain space on the left side. Slip stitch into this double crochet. Give it a gentle tug to tighten. Now you reach last round's lace groups. Start with a bobble. Insert your hook into the double crochet below. Then, into the middle double crochet of the next 3. Work 1 double crochet, followed by another bobble. Pay attention to insert your hook into this double crochet. Then in the same stitch below, work 1 double crochet. Make 1 more bobble. After completing, slip stitch into the single double crochet on the left side. We'll consider the stitches worked on last round's lace group, which consists of 3 bobbles, 2 double crochets and a slip stitch, as a bobble group. Continue with another bobble group. Check after completing. Along the side, into last round's lace group. Work a bobble group. Keep working according to this pattern. Once you've finished the last bobble group, at the corner of the previous round, work a bobble first. Then, in the middle of the left 3 double crochets, work a double crochet and another bobble. Then, in the next chain space, work a double crochet and a bobble. Repeat this sequence 3 times. After that, in the middle of the left 3 double crochets, work a double crochet and another bobble. Slip stitch into the single double crochet on the left side. We consider these 6 bobbles, 5 double crochets, and 1 slip stitch as one corner for this round. This round consists of repeating this side pattern and the corners. Follow this method. Refer to the pattern to complete this round. After completing the last bobble group, work one more bobble. To finish this corner. Then, slip stitch into the beginning chain. Insert your hook into the stitch where you worked the first bobble. Tighten the yarn. Leave a tail of about 5 centimeters before cutting off. Tighten again. Weave in the ends along the wrong side of the fabric. And that's it, finish it off on your own. That completes round 3. And that concludes the edging tutorial. Once everything is done, iron the doily gently. Up to this point, we've covered the entire doily tutorial. If during the crocheting process, you encounter any uncertainties, feel free to contact our customer service, Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.